This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
I'm Roby Brock. Welcome to Talk Business and Politics Daily. It's Friday, July 22nd. Let's check out your top stories of the day. Don Soderquist, widely hailed as an expert in business leadership who spent 2 decades at Walmart as part of the now legendary management team that helped grow the company into the nation's largest retailer, has died from complications following heart surgery. Soderquist, age 82, died Thursday at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, with his family by his side. Arrangements are pending. Soderquist rose to the ranks of vice chairman at Walmart during his 22-year tenure, which included working closely with Sam Walton. He retired in 2002 and launched the Soderquist Center for Leadership and Ethics, located on the campus of John Brown University in Siloam Springs. You can read much more on this business legend at talkbusiness.net. In June, Arkansas's unemployment rate remained unchanged from May at 3.8%. Arkansas's employment ranks are up nearly 49,000 workers over the past year. The professional services, education and health, and trade and transportation sectors saw the largest year-over-year gains. Southwestern Energy, the biggest stakeholder in the battered Fayetteville shale play, posted a second quarter loss of $620 million. Total revenues slumping 32% to $522 million. But there could be some light at the end of the tunnel. Southwestern Energy says it's going to restart capital investments in Arkansas, and that will lead to the rehiring of an undetermined number of laid-off workers. Southwestern Energy laid off around 1,100 workers company-wide, with 600 of those jobs cut in Arkansas back in January. And those are today's top stories. You can check out a full read on those articles and other stories that are in process at our website at talkbusiness.net. Now we'll take a quick break and wrap up this week's GOP convention in Cleveland, and we'll preview next week's Democratic convention in Philadelphia. Plus, we'll play a portion of a recent interview with Representative Bruce Westerman. KATV's Alicia Dover caught up with the congressman to discuss some forestry news for Arkansas, and we'll also preview this Sunday's broadcast edition of Talk Business and Politics. We're back after this.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Arkansas's most abundant natural resource provides the core asset for Deltic Timber Corporation. In addition to the sustainable yield stewardship of its well-stocked timberlands, Deltic adds value by integrating its efficient wood products manufacturing facilities, as well as through planned development of commercial and residential real estate. Deltic Timber Corporation, creating value for a growing Arkansas.
Well, this past week, we've been covering the Republican convention in Cleveland. Next week, Democrats flock to Philadelphia for their national convention. Let's review the week and preview next week. It was a busy week in Cleveland. Republicans officially nominating, and he accepted, Donald J. Trump as their presidential nominee. The week started with a mini revolt from delegates aligned with the Never Trump movement, who lost their battle for a floor vote on proposed rules that would have allowed delegates to be unbound in their choice. Trump's wife Melania spoke on night one, and there was controversy as a section of the speech mirrored a 2008 convention speech from First Lady Michelle Obama. Other Trump children spoke throughout the week and boosted the businessman's credibility as a good father and role model. Also, primetime speeches from Senator Tom Cotton, Attorney General Leslie Rutledge, and Governor Asa Hutchinson. On Wednesday night, former presidential rival Ted Cruz spoke to the crowd and was booed off the podium after it became apparent that he was not endorsing Trump. Politico's national reporter Alex Eisenstadt tells me that it was the equivalent of a political earthquake. Literally.
This is still a party that has some pretty deep divisions, and I think, as you pointed out, that was really illustrated last night by Ted Cruz's speech. You had him getting booed quite loudly, and I was on the floor last night, and I can tell you, it was so loud it felt almost as if the floor was vibrating. People were so angry and so unhappy with his speech, but it really revealed some of the fissures that still remain in this party, even as Donald Trump becomes the party's nominee.
Trump accepted the nomination on Thursday night, promising law and order on day one if he's elected president. The speech was perceived by many as somewhat dark and negative, but it was largely an under-control delivery that appealed to the GOP party base. All eyes now turn to Philadelphia, where the Democratic National Convention is set to nominate Hillary Clinton as their nominee. Clinton also expected to pick a vice presidential candidate, and Eisenstadt said one name is currently at the top of the list.
Last question for you. Hillary Clinton is going to clearly try to upstage Donald Trump either later today or probably sometime tomorrow, but steal that messaging with her VP pick. Do you care to place a bet as to who you think it might be?
There's been a lot of buzz for weeks around Tim Kaine. He's the senator from Virginia. There's also buzz around Cory Booker, senator of New Jersey. And there are a few other candidates in the mix. You know, if you were to place bets on anyone, it would probably be someone like Tim Kaine. He's a safe choice. And she's, you know, that she is running a very safe, very cautious campaign, and he seems to fit that bill a little bit.
Now, KATV's Alicia Dover will be on location in Philadelphia next week, and we'll be checking in with her periodically. Plus, we'll have additional coverage planned. And when we come back, Congressman Bruce Westerman, Dover caught up with him recently to discuss some forestry issues in Congress and back in Arkansas. This and much more when we come back.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America, moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
Oh, I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.
I did.
As Arkansas's population grows, so do our energy demands. But with the right mix of resources, reliable, affordable power will always be a reality. These resources are all around us in our rivers, blowing through our trees, even right below our feet. The answer isn't focusing on one resource, it's embracing them all. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas know that a balanced approach to power builds our communities and powers our dreams. Visit themixmatters.com and see why there's power in knowledge.
Well, before this week's Republican convention in Cleveland, Congress tidied up a few loose ends in Washington, D.C. I was out of town on assignment when Westerman was available, but KATV's Alicia Dover stood in for the interview. Here's an excerpt.
I want to move on to some work that you're doing on Capitol Hill. You recently passed the Federal Forest Act. Can you explain what that is and what is fire borrowing?
Yeah, I'm on the Natural Resources Committee. I happen to be the only forester in the House or the Senate. And last year I was the lead sponsor of the Resilient Federal Forest Act of 2015. And this is to address management issues on our federal timberland. One of the problems that continues to escalate are wildfires. We're spending more money to fight wildfires than we are to manage our forests across the country. Last year we had 10 million acres of forest land burn up. We're not taking good care of a very treasured resource, and as a result we're spending all the Forest Service budget, or a big majority of it, on fighting fires. So part of what was in the Resilient Federal Forest Act was to end this practice of fire borrowing, and if we had a catastrophic event, to put the funding to take care of these forest fires under FEMA instead of taking it out of the Forest Service budget. But on top of that, we need to start doing better management to reduce forest fires.
And I'm sure you've been out to some of Arkansas's forests lately, and you know, have you seen any mismanagement there or areas that aren't being kept up in Arkansas?
We actually do a pretty good job on our federal forest in Arkansas. There's always room for improvement, but what happens is when we're spending all the Forest Service budget to fight wildfires in the West, and that takes money away from doing forest management practices in Arkansas and other southern and eastern states. During the August recess, I plan to spend a couple of days out on Forest Service land looking at the forest, looking at the road access issues, and visiting with Forest Service professionals. But overall, I would say in the U.S. Forest Service system, the forests in Arkansas are managed as good or better than any of them. So hopefully we can share some of the things we do in Arkansas with other states so that we can make the whole system better.
That's Congressman Bruce Westerman with KATV's Alicia Dover. Now, Dover will be providing reports from Philadelphia and the Democratic Convention for us next week. When we come back, a preview of Sunday's TV program. I'm Roby Brock. This is Talk Business and Politics Daily.
Circuits turn on the lights by making a connection, by closing the loop. At Entergy, we believe our economy is circular too. What you put in comes back. So we invest billions in new infrastructure, which helps attract new industry, which helps create new jobs. We partner with local communities to electrify the economy, and together we power life. Entergy.
At Deltic Timber Corporation, we believe in the responsible creation of communities, in the development of neighborhoods that bring convenience and comfort to life, while respecting the beauty and delicacy of nature. Like the harmonious balance of environment and expansion found in the thriving communities of Chenal Valley and Chenal Downs in Little Rock and Red Oak Ridge in Hot Springs. Because the best communities in the natural state are the ones that help keep it that way.
On Sundays at 9:30 a.m. in Central Arkansas on KATV Channel 7 and 10 a.m. on KAIT's NBC affiliate in Northeast Arkansas, you can catch Talk Business and Politics weekly broadcast program. Here's a preview of who and what is on this week's show.
Connor Eldridge, the Democratic nominee for the U.S. Senate, is making issue of Senator John Boozman's travel. Plus, what does he think of the GOP convention and the upcoming Democratic one? Our Talk Politics Roundtable includes Skip Rutherford, Dean of the Clinton School of Public Service, and Rex Nelson, head of the Political Animals Club. What's their assessment of Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and the state of the presidential race? And the Compass Report, our look at Arkansas's 4 biggest metropolitan areas, shows some unchanged economic conditions. Is that good or is that bad? We'll explore.
So be sure to tune in to KATV Channel 7 in Central Arkansas at 9:30 on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. on KAIT's NBC affiliate in Northeast Arkansas to catch those interviews and much more. That's all for this edition of Talk Business and Politics Daily. Don't forget to check out the latest news on our website at talkbusiness.net. Plus, follow us on Twitter at TB Arkansas or on Facebook or LinkedIn. Just plug in Talk Business and Politics to find us and follow. If you want to receive our daily email newsletters, they're free and you can receive them every morning in your inbox before 7 a.m. Just email me at roby@talkbusiness.net and I'll sign you up. And if you want to listen to a podcast of this show, perhaps on your commute to and from work, we're in the iTunes Store and on Stitcher, or just play us through your smartphone. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you here on Sunday, and we'll be back here on Monday for Talk Business and Politics Daily. We'll have a whole new week of guests. Until then, take care.